We've always considered ourselves explorers. This really is uncharted territory, isn't it?
Me?
Why, I'm the wallet. Someone has to fund all this, and all my success in business doesn't mean much if I can't put it to good use. I don't pretend to have the daring of Ms. Morgan, or the smarts of young Mateo, but I can make sure that they have the resources they need. And as you've now seen, those resources aren't being wasted. We're onto something big here. We're most well known for ship manufacture. No expense spared. If you want the best and can afford it, you choose Stroud. Unfortunately, our success means we'll sometimes see Stroud ship modules on less than reputable vessels. They covered them. The bastards. I've tried to convince the United Colonies we can help in that regard, but they're married to Deimos Star Yards, and those old salts are stuck in the glory days. We're most well known for ship manufacture. No expense spared. If you want the best and can afford it, you choose Stroud. Unfortunately, I've tried to convince. Bye.
This is all exciting, but bet you never expected to end up involved in something like this. Well, there was some overlap in interest. I'd spent years searching for religious relics from human history. I had made a really incredible discovery, only to lose it to a greedy corporation. So I tried to steal it back. In the process, I met Walter. Turned out he owned the corporation. After a long talk, we realized we had a lot in common, and I was invited to join Constellation. Good luck!
I hope Barrett makes it back to us. I know he gets into trouble all the time. Everyone just sort of accepts he'll be fine, but still. Okay, let's take a look.
Oh, God. Go for any priceless antiquities lately?
Very funny, Walter. You know Constellation's been keeping it.
Well, Constellation's been around forever. More than 50 years now. But we only became aware of the artifacts recently. Barrett discovered the first one about 2 years ago, right under our noses. And he was the one who got this all in motion. It's a shame here to see this.
Let me know how it turns out.
Alright, what's... Oh no.
You're awfully quiet.
Alright, what's going on, chat? Your boy DJ Grump Rock here. Just doing a little stream before we do our famous regular stream.
You were about to say something, right? See you later. Walter, I'm not overstepping.
sincerely, suppose. Hi. Please disregard my
Might not be Jemison, but this ship is starting to feel like home.
You're looking red today, Captain.
I was just thinking about you.
Got the Henny here.
Looks peaceful from here, doesn't it?
Okay. Whoa. wasn't working now. Where was the like? It wasn't letting me dock. What the hell you want me to do?
We're still in one piece.
Oh, that's the door. That's right. Hello? That took forever to find a dock. That was crazy.
Docking site complete. We're free and clear. Flight.
Alright, give me a second. Wait, what? Bro, I accidentally got off. Are you fucking kidding me? way longer than I expected.
It's so satisfying. See, that's just line up.
I'm so hungry. I want some Al Capone's. Hold on, I gotta do something real quick. Is that how I'm gonna look when I'm 50? It's not bad, but it's still kind of like, man. Literally. Let me get up again. So, am I really is this my destiny? With a little more gray dreads. Oh man. Actually, I think by then I'll probably dye my dress blonde. Makes sense. Hold on, I'll be right back. I gotta do something real quick.
who else? Oh, did you hear about the? Well, this is not a lawsuit, and you shouldn't take this case. Okay, out of being, you're part of the media now. You can't take this case. You hear about the
I'm not tied to my time. It's more my expertise, the person who's given me the opportunity to take their case. And so I've always known that I want to do something in the contingency fee world. Now, when I started, I never advertised for injury or sexual harassment. Why? Well, one, I didn't have the experience. But two, if you get into a serious injury, if somebody has seriously assaulted you, you know that you need a serious lawyer for your very serious case. So for the first 5-6 years, what I did with my eyeballs is I educated people about very small claims that they might have at work. Oh, you working overtime, or they're rounding your time.
I've heard so many of those. I'm like,
some very small claims, like shit that people don't really know about or they don't file claims about.
I was watching videos one day. I'm like, yo, if I had a bunch of like hourly workers and shit, I might have to like look at their patients and see if they're following you. You gonna make every worker try to file a lawsuit or something.
So I used those eyeballs to educate people about claims that they didn't have, claims that I could work on, claims that they'd let me work on, even though I had no reputation, because they were small little claims here and there.
But that wasn't the end goal.
That wasn't the end goal. Over the last year, 2 years, I've transitioned into serious cases, big sexual harassment cases, big cases involving police misconduct, big cases involving people getting injured at accident sites. And that was the end goal, and you know, God willing, I think I got in there in less than 5 years, not bad.
Okay, so you mentioned to me right before we started filming, you now have employees. You like, I always thought you had like about 10 people. I was wondering, like, how's this guy just walking around New York City? I always saw you with a suit. I'm like, all right, look like he's going to court. That's the thing about a lawyer. Once we see you with a suit, we already think that you just beat a case.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Looks like he probably has a whole office. He just doesn't do it from his office, but he's being more, down to earth. How has life changed for you in terms of, you ramping it up?
Oh man, I'm a whole new person. So I used to do the hip hop thing, try to find content, make a video. I'm calling clients, I'm sending bills, I'm scanning, I'm going to the post office, I'm doing everything. Now, I pretty much operate with my 2 phones. One, I get calls, one, I get emails. My team runs everything. People call me with serious cases. We don't take any small cases. Good.
Being a lawyer, if you get it at the right, like, I've looked at a few lawyers and I'm like, and it's kind of interesting how you say it's more beneficial to be on the, contingency side. And I'm wondering if you really do think that in all situations, and not to jump the gun, but I guess we are jumping the gun a little bit. Like, for example, like Brian Steele, he has to be getting and if you don't know who that is, that's Young Thug's lawyer. He got to be getting the bag. He got to. Like, what? He got to be getting millions. What do you think about, and I guess we're getting into a little bit breaking news, and we'll deal with the Megan, Tory, and some of the Young Boy stuff later, but let's get to the YSL trial. The last thing that just happened, Brian Steele held in contempt. That's Young Thug's lawyer, held in contempt by the judge, who, when Brian Steele brought it up in court to say, hey, I have information that you guys had an improper meeting in private that was about, that was with a witness that we weren't privy to, or we weren't there, we couldn't object it, and that was improper. And the judge said, fuck what you talking about improper. Who told you? Yep. Snitch on the snitch.
Right. And
he said no. And the judge says you're going to be spending 20 days in county jail. What do you think about Brian Steele? And how does being a lawyer like that work? Because a lot of people are wondering, what's that type of relationship with a client?
So a couple of things I think about Brian Steele, his status as a lawyer, his relationship with his client. First, Brian Steele has been at the top of the criminal defense law game for 20, 30 years. He has consistently proven himself in trial, in plea bargaining, in appeals. And he has a long record of cases that he's beat at trial, cases that he's gotten dismissed without a trial, and cases that he's lost, gone up on appeal, and beat them on appeal. His criminal record is unmatched. You put it up with any criminal defense attorney across the country. Okay. His relationship with his client is a very interesting one. Because if you're that lawyer and you have that reputation, you're not going to associate yourself with just any defendant. And in my heart of hearts, I believe truly that if Brian Steele felt that Young Thug was anything close to the king slime that indictment tries to make him out to be, I don't think he'd represent him in the manner, in the zealous passion that he's doing. So for that, Brian Steele is just beyond question. There's nothing you could question that man. The track record, the history of showing up with his suit.
Do you think
on
it's the money though? So I instantly think maybe Young Thug is saying, "Hey, listen, 10 million, you got it. Get me out of this." Would the money make him? Because I remember the very first time when Young Thug got arrested, and I think they were about to get to the bail hearing.
Listen, I just want to say, y'all boys, that sorry that I can't do my regular streaming, but like I told y'all, it's just a lot to deal with. Like, I got to just deal with a lot, and it's hard for me to just focus on this, knowing that I have this in the background. Like, I can't be dancing and then jumping around like, oh, yeah, it's a good time. Let's listen to rap music. And then I'm dealing with this. So I know y'all going to give me some grace, give me some patience. Let me deal with what I got to deal with. Let's get her as healthy as we can. And then we can get back to having fun like we usually do. I'm trying to give y'all something. I gave y'all 12 hours of gameplay, which I know is not what we usually do, but it's something. I can't even act funny if I'm dealing with this type of shit, so it is what it is.
So, and Brian Steele had this epic interview. He says, we're going to fight this charge with every ounce of blood in my body. And I'm like, yo, if I ever have a lawyer, I need him to talk like that. That is great. Like, he was always on that type of time. Is he doing this because, of course, Young Thug is going to come?
Thank you for all your well wishes. Thank you for all of them. I've seen them. Thank you guys so much.
Compensate him very handsomely, I assume. Or is it because, hey, I have a relationship?
Good news is I think it's healing. I've said that before, but I definitely feel like we might be in the right direction.
With you, and I know that this is bullshit.
Well, it's both. They're both necessary. One without the other. The money's got to be there, and the relationship's got to be there for you to get the Brian Steele that you're getting in court. If you're Jeffrey Williams, all right, you gotta be a stand-up, decent human being, I believe. And I believe you got to be paying him serious paper.
Yeah.
All right. So that's where Brian Steele's at. The contempt order, all that starts on what was day 87 of the trial, Friday that just passed.
Okay, break that down for me. Because to everybody else that watch, when we see the clips on Instagram, a lot of people aren't watching every single day, or they're not even understanding the context of some of the clips they're seeing. What happened? And give us your take.
So everything starts on day 87, right? This past Friday. You got Kenneth Copeland, the state's quote-unquote star witness. All right, so this guy gets up there, he takes the stand, and then there's a question of whether or not he's going to testify or plead the fifth.
Okay, I hate to cut you off, but I'm trying to add some context to it. So we've seen this guy, YSL Woody, before. There was a leaked interrogation footage of him talking for 3 hours. Everyone knew that if Gunna wasn't the quote-unquote snitch, this guy was definitely going to tell. He told 3 hours in an interrogation room. You obviously know a lot more about the legal proceeding. This guy, I could imagine his family's getting threats. He was going to be the star witness. What do you think is happening before? And then, because I didn't even think, we haven't seen this guy on social media at all, really much. But he did show up to supposedly testify.
I could tell you what was happening before. So the state subpoenaed him 2 weeks ago. All right. And then he was supposed to testify last Tuesday. But because of the trial schedule or whatever, he's not going to go on Tuesday. All right. So then he's scheduled for Friday. And this whole time, from 2 weeks to that Friday, the prosecutor is talking to Woody. They're talking to him like, yo, we're going to ask you these questions. We're going to show you this evidence. You good, you good. Very buddy, cozy relationship.
Is he in cahoots with them saying, hey, I'm going to... Because...
We're going to get into that.
Because I hate when I see these guys get on the stand and they're half snitching. They're like, I'm telling, but I'm not really telling. I'll say certain stuff, but not certain stuff. Like, hey, what's the agreement here? So before he gets on that stand, you're saying the prosecutor is talking to him. Is he saying to them, fuck you, I'm not going to cooperate?
Well, according to the prosecutor, he's being cooperative. He's talking to them. He's doing whatever they're asking him to do for the 2 weeks up until the Friday.
Okay.
Except that on Thursday night, the night before he's supposed to testify, an email is sent from the lawyer for Kenneth Copeland, Woody, to the prosecutor.
Really?
My client's not going to testify. He's pleading the fifth.
No way.
Now, this is problematic according to Woody's lawyer at the time, a guy named Melnick, because Melnick says that they've known this whole time that I'm his lawyer, and they should have never been talking to him at all. I shouldn't have had to come to the night before. I'm telling them that he's pleading the fifth after they've had all these conversations with him. But anyway, that happens. The lawyer sends an email. He's going to plead the fifth. You can call him if you want, whatever. So they go to court.
Could you explain what pleading the fifth, just for the people who might just not know?
So the Fifth Amendment of the United States Constitution says that you have the right to remain silent, to not incriminate yourself, that you cannot be forced to speak on things that would subject you to criminal liability for your own conduct. Okay. That's why they give you the Miranda warning. Anything you say can and will be used against you, but you have the right to remain silent. And so Woody says that I'm exercising my Fifth Amendment right. I will not testify. And this causes a big problem for the prosecution. Okay, it should not cause any type of problem for the judge because the judge doesn't care, right? The judge is a neutral arbiter of the case. It's really just the prosecution's problem. Their witness is not going to testify. So the prosecution had told Woody that, look, if you plead the fifth, you will face consequences. And that...
Why would that be if that's his right?
Well, and here's where all the law comes into play. So there's a law in Georgia that says that if you have material testimony to a case and the government wants you to come testify, then the government can give you something called use immunity, meaning that anything you say won't be used against you, right?
Okay.
The Miranda warning is anything you say can and will be used against you.
Okay.
All right? Now they're saying that, look, we need your testimony.
How do you really think
they want the story? The
Jason
story
Tatum
is more important than the story is everything. You get the closure. You know exactly what happened, and you can plan ahead for the next incident. So the story is what they really want.
We understand you have a Fifth Amendment right and you're invoking it. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to give you this nice little piece of paper that says anything you say to us, we will not use against you.
Can I ask you a question about that? Because there's a slight confusion with on my part when it comes to immunity. Now, sometimes when I hear it being described as like, hey, your testimony can't be used against you. But what about the crimes you admit to? Like, for example, say while I'm on the stand, I said, and nobody knew this, yeah, Little Ronnie, yeah, I killed him. I did kill him. And I admit to it. Now they be like, well, we can't use the testimony, but we could go investigate it knowing that he kind of did tell us he killed him. We just need to find other things other than the testimony to corroborate him killing. Am I void of all crimes I actually discuss? Or is only my testimony to those crimes that's void?
You know somebody who's probably asking themselves that question? Kenneth Copeland. Woody. You know what the answer to that question is?
What?
You are absolutely fucking on the hook for any crimes you committed that they can prove without using your testimony.
Really?
You do not, when you get in that Georgia statute.
That's like a slimy thing, though. Like, you're going to compel me to testify and then you're going to try to investigate me?
Well, you gotta, I mean, there's a lot here, so you gotta unpack the whole thing and then you can kind of see how this shit fucking really can be oppressive. So that's called use immunity, that what you say won't be used against you. Totally different from maybe what people would refer to as just immunity or absolute immunity, which means that you'll never be charged with any crimes, right? That's not what he got. He got use immunity. And one of the questions that I think will be asked on appeal and part of these mistrial motions that you're going to see is that the judge conflated the two things. The judge is on the stand talking to Woody, and he's like, yo, yeah, look, I'm going to jail you, or you can testify. And you should testify because you have immunity. And it's like, you heard that from the judge, so you might be thinking, oh, I'm good. I could say stuff, I'll never be charged with that crime. That's not true. You'll never be charged based on what you said. You could absolutely be charged for that crime still. That's my opinion. That's my reading of the statute. I've discussed it with many criminal defense attorneys. This is a bedrock principle that is different when you get use immunity versus just full-on immunity.
By the way, and I want to table this, so remind me this later, Leaf. That was a thing too for the Meg case, right? Because the whole Kelsey, we all assumed there was some immunity there, but people felt like she was guarded because if she admitted to possessing the gun, that would be something else that they could investigate even without her. Anyway,
that's absolutely right.
All right, so let's stay on Woody. So the night before, his lawyer says, "I'm not testifying." He's not
testifying.
Wow.
So he says he's not going to testify. They come in. The judge gets Woody up there, gets the lawyer up there.
Was he arrested this whole time? I was wondering. I've never seen this motherfucker before. Like, he just disappeared. I thought he was in witness protection. How do you hide a witness this good? Everybody's roasted him online. They were roasting him for months. We had the video of him in an interrogation room. We never seen him. Where was he at?
Bro, Woody got 11 convictions. He's been in prison most of his life. However, for the past 2 years, he's been out, even though he was convicted, pled to possession of a weapon by a felon. I think that was in 23. He was convicted after he pled to possession of an illegal substance with intent to distribute. That was in 22. And that was his conviction number 10 and 11. He was out on the street free as a bird the day that he was called on to testify. So there is a lot of reason to believe that Woody has been saying God knows what to whoever in order to get out of his multiple convictions, which led to pleas, which then leads to sentencing where you need to ask for leniency. So let's go back to Thursday night. They say that Friday morning they show up into courtroom. Friday morning, the judge brings everybody up in there. They get Woody's lawyer, Melnick, on the podium, and Melnick says he's not testifying. The judge says, all right, well, let me get him up here. Let me hear it from him. And when the judge gets Woody on the stand to hear it from him, I encourage everybody to go watch Day 87 when Woody is being asked by the judge. You'll see it on the live stream.
Chat, change of plans. I'm in the mood of doing a stream. I'm going to do a stream literally in 30 minutes. The thing is, should I listen to music? Actually, I'm going to listen to music, but I'm going to listen to music in the middle of the stream this time. Yeah, I'm in the mood. Y'all get ready. The stream is about to start, motherfucker. Let's go. I'm in the mood for a fucking good stream. You okay, Blue? Everything's good? I do have to feed her, too. All right, let me feed her. Take her out to go piss. And then I'm going to do I'm in the mood for a stream. I'm back. I'm in that mood. Thank y'all for dealing with this with me, man. Y'all know it's a journey. It's been a world of emotions, man. Ups and downs. It's crazy, man. I think today I told my dad how much I really appreciate him. Because, I became like a man because of him. I always tell y'all about how much I love my mom. But I got to make sure I tell y'all how much my dad has taught me how to become, like, how to be a man. Like, how to be a real man, taking care of your family, making sure everybody good. I told y'all that before. It's important to me. And that shit kind of made me a strong man. A little bit too strong. I told y'all that, a little bit too strong. But I'm learning how to just be like a regular person, I guess you could say. I shall be back. Actually, we're going to listen to this for a little bit more time. Actually, 5 minutes. I shall be back. We doing a regular stream. Fuck that. I'm changing my whole vibe. We streaming today.
And the judge makes...
Whew, that motherfucker is fighting back. Take that off it. This making it look worse. It's fighting back. But it's trying. It's definitely trying to fight back. It's a little, you know. Yeah, you there? Yeah. All right, give me my 5 minutes.